Hey everybody, welcome back to Charlene's Art Corner, part 2 for Hurricane Disaster Relief Art. I couldn't put all of that in there because you know they limit you on your words. So, I'm going to add a little bit more of that phthalo blue right in here. Now, I have to work with this a little wet. Now, you're going to notice that I put the black under, let it dry. I went out for a while today to let that dry. Now this will come out dark after a while, so do not worry about that. And this is phthalo blue and sap green. Now you're really gonna love this one today. No, yesterday. Hey, my monitor is on here. Harry Labor is back. He is my monitor. Thank you, Harry, for being here. So we are going to go into, this is the sap green right here at the top. And I have my palette fully loaded of the colors that I need for this painting today. This is going to be a wonderful painting. I have the array of colors that I need. They are from Michael's Crafting. And then I was thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to need these other colors? And I started to run out. And you know what? Sometimes when I run out of the ones from, Michael's Crafting runs out, and they really do. Bless their hearts. They are just a wonderful, wonderful place to shop. And they run out so quick of supplies. So sometimes I have to go to this little store and Five Below. And then I found the same exact colors that, in a cheaper, art supply. But, hey, same colors, smaller tubes. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to make indications. We're not really looking for something, definite. We're just going to come in here and we're just going to play. Just going to pick up that white. We're going to come in here and we're just going to make indications. Picking up that fan brush, we're just going to make indications. Now remember, we're not looking for definite things. We're just making indications. And if you want to know, I have the middle of the stand on that piece of wood in the back. So we're just making the little indications here and there. And we're not wanting to kill the darkness in this. We're just dancing this around, making the indications in the back. I know I didn't really have too many viewers yesterday, so I kind of gave a heads up more today. I mean, I tried yesterday, but hey, you can only do so much, right? You can only do so much. Make your indications. Don't kill all your dark. Make your indications. Let that fan brush just dance around. Make your indications. It's your light source is what you're doing. You're making your light source. Let that just dance around. You're thinking, oh, like clouds, right? Yeah, well, sort of. It is sort of like making clouds. But you don't want to kill all of your dark in this. Just pick up a little bit of that. I know I went a little thick right here. That's kind of why I backed off a little bit from the rest of it. And, I have my dry brush. We're just going to kind of dance that around. Just kind of dance it around. Like trees dance in the wind. Make up little stories about that. Trees dance in the wind. My friend says Bob Ross dances in my brain. Sometimes he says it's aliens. No. Maybe it's the sky people. You're just making little indications for your light source. Just little indications. You're in the woods today. You're in the woods. Where are you at in the woods? You don't know which woods you're in. What woods are you in? Where are you at today, huh? You're where you wanted to be today. You're somewhere. You decided to go for a walk in the woods. That's where you went, but you didn't get lost. You know why you didn't get lost? You had your compass with you today. It accompanied you in the woods. Your compass accompanied us to you in the woods today. I see I tried to make a little joke there and it kind of crashed and burned. Yeah. Yeah. My little joke kind of crashed out. So, I'm going to wash that fan brush. I have two rigs here. I have the one down here around like the bottom of this so that I'm sorry for that. It never fails. There goes my neighbor again. Making noise while I'm doing the video. That never fails. So sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. That just never fails. So I'm actually going to take this brush and just take the edge of it and 2 hairs and a scare and just do this. And like I said, sorry about my noisy neighbor while I'm doing the video. Just never fails. And you see how that brings that light source in? I mean, you can get your paintbrush a little wet, but you don't need to because the paint's still wet. And you're doing this on wet paint anyway, but you want to bring this brush in here. Sorry about the sound of the microwave and my noisy neighbor. I really am, and this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. It's like clockwork, my friends. It's like clockwork. Every time I do a video. Anyway, you see how that just brings out a kind of light source. And you know, that's not necessarily the front part of, and then I'm going to bring in the big dry brush. I'm going to bring in the big dry brush. And we're just going to barely take 2 hairs and a scare across that. And we're just going to take it like that. Just across like that. Just across like that. You see that? You see how that gave you your light source? You see that? And then you're just going to take that. Just keep your brush dry. I got to do that to the other one, but I also got to clean that up. Because I am also going to be using this brush. You see how that gave that definition? Isn't that beautiful? Because you can have little trees hidden in there. This is your forest. This is your forest. Now, you're starting to see those light indications in here. I am going to clean up this brush. Like I said, I seriously apologize for my noisy neighbor every time I do a video. Okay, so we're going to go back in. We're going to take a little bit of that black. Put that right here. And what we're going to do is we're also going to mix in some burnt umber, okay? We're going to make some trees. Isn't that going to be great? We're going to add these trees in here. And we have a wet brush to make those trees. The fan brush is great for that. Oh, yes, it is. Fan brush is great for making your trees. Now we are going to start right, oh, where do I want to put tree number 1? Tree number 1. And we're just going to make tree number 1 right about here. Right about here. And this is why we loaded both sides of this brush. This is exactly why. And then you can go back in and you can get that wet and come back up. And this is why working with acrylics is a lot different than working with oils. You could just get that wet. Go back in, pick up the paint, and you see how like you have a little bit of that green? You could actually use a little bit of that green for highlight. You can. But you go back in, you pick up that paint, add a little bit of that burnt umber back into it, pick up a little bit of that black. That's why I leave the palette like this, because I can cover it and keep some of that paintbrush. Go back in, pick that up. Like, I don't know how many times I watched Bob Ross do his painting over the last so many days. I was like so fascinated with it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the painting I had to bring you. Do a softer one right here. Just do a softer one. You just want to do this soft little tree right here. It's in the distance. It's in the distance. You want to make a little distant tree right here. So you just make your little distant tree right up here in the back. Just right there. See that? It's in the distance. Just right there in the distance. And then you pick up a little more paint. Pick up a little more of that burnt umber. Add a little burnt sienna to that. Pick up a little more black, blend that in. So you have all your different colors that you can use in this. Just bring that in. If you wanted to, you could use a nice size filbert brush with this. It's like you can use all sorts of nice sized brushes to do this. Now wash your brush. Like I said, I have a couple of different paint rigs that I have laid out for this. Like I have the one down here for my big brushes. I mean, I can use for this one too. I just think that this is so beautiful to be able to bring to you guys today. I apologize for bringing up the tone of my voice. I really do. I don't like being loud. This is like one of the worst things to do. I just like to be a very calm, gentle person. That's just been me my whole life. I like to be gentle and calm. That's like your arts. You can be gentle, calm, relaxing. See, and then you just, there's your distant tree right there. See, you may not see it now. You may not see it now, but you have this little friend right here. See this little friend right there? It's in the distance. It's in the distance, but it is there. And then you just load your brush back up and here's the bigger guy right here. The bigger guy is right here. You don't have to make too many trees to make this painting. No, you don't. You don't have to make too many trees to make this painting. You know, I know a lot of people be like, how many trees do you got to make this painting? Well, you don't have to make too many, because you see, like, everything that we've done for the highlights, well, maybe that's some of the extra trees. Maybe that is some of the extra trees. You just didn't think about that. You just didn't think about that. Maybe that's some of those extra distant trees in the back. They're just kind of peeking out there. But you just didn't think about that. You got one right here. Got a tree just hanging right here. But you know, you didn't think about that at first. It's got one hanging out right here. And then you got his little friend back off here in the distance. See? This little friend. Little friend got stepped on by a critter. So he's just leaning a little. But he got stepped on by a critter. He got stepped on by a critter at some point. And there's one right here. That big fella. Many people, you know, some of that black loaded up here. That brown. That up really good. That up really good because we want this guy right here. We really want him to be able to show a little more. So when we put the highlights into these trees, you'll see them. You'll see them. Then you got a distant tree here. Distant tree. And remember, since we're working with acrylics, you're actually working with water. We're not working with chemicals. We're working with water. We accidentally made that one dark. No, it was a happy accident. Oh, happy accident. No, look, we had a distant tree right here. It's a distant relative. And another distant relative. Oh, look, they have distant relatives off there in the back. Distant relatives off in the back. And you know what that means? You know what that means? They have little leaves just come off like that. Little fern leaves like that, right? They're in the back. They don't need too many. Don't need too many because they're kind of off in the back. They're distant. It's distant, so give them a little indication with the leaves. Like that. Right? I'm going to give them too many. You've got to work with these guys in the front. Right? Got to work with the guys in the front. So you don't want to give the guys in the back too much. Don't forget these guys right here in the back are actually there. This guy, see, you would have forgot that he was there except for I did that. Put that back up. Remember, don't let your brush get too dry. Load that back up. Right there, just little indications. Just little indications. We got to do the highlights for the bigger trees. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Because we want to, first what we want to do with the bigger ones, because I want to make this one a little bit thicker right here. I want to make this guy just a little bit thicker because he's too skinny. This guy needs more meat on him. He's too skinny. He's the guy that, like, I don't know, his metabolism is too hyper. You know what I mean? That guy, his metabolism is too hyper. He needs to eat more. Okay, and he has a branch that he's branching out. He's branching out in the forest. You see that? He's just branching out. And so is his relative right here. There it is, branching out, branching out. He's wiggling their branches. Bring it here, because you got to remember, these are in the back, so you can bring out those branches like that. Don't be afraid to bring out the branches. Give it a little extra. Just bring those branches out like this. Give them a few extra branches, and that pushes all this back. Bring out these branches. Bring out the branches like that. One there. Maybe up there. Okay. See what that does. Take a little more of that before we add in the highlights to them. More of that in there. More of that brown in there. Now we want to give them their leaves. Can't leave them alone. You know what I mean? Can't leave them alone. Cannot leave them alone. Little leaky jokes, right? Little leafy jokes. Cannot leave them alone. They're branching out all over the place. I know, I got some silly jokes trying to go on today, right? See how that's picking up? How that's picking up there. See where you got your branches going. Go out like that. Just your brush wet again if it goes a little dry. Go back into your paint. Pick that back up. That's all it takes. Pick up your paint and just go back in there. And then just put on your leaves. And I'll show you the highlights in a minute on that. We'll highlight it in a minute. So that's when we go into a little bit of green and some yellow ochre. You know what? I forgot my yellow ochre on my palette. But hey, guess what? Yellow ochre, anybody? Can't forget my yellow ochre. And thank goodness it's right here. Cannot forget my yellow ochre. That would be so shameful, but I always have more yellow ochre available. Look like it. I put it in there and it kind of looked like a poop emoji. Can't have a crappy day. Always try to have a happy day, not a crappy day. What we're going to do, we're going to take some of that yellow ochre right here, with a little bit of that sap green, just right here. Pick that up, mix that right there, mix that right there. We're going to clean up the brush a little. Clean up that brush anyway. Come clean. That just wants to see that color. I'm just going to pick that up right there on the ends of that. We're just going to come in here. Just make little indications. Little indications. Little leaves. Just little indication. So that you know that they're highlighted. Maybe got a few over here. Maybe he branched out over here. Maybe he just branched out over there. You just didn't know it until now. Just had a little branch out. You just didn't know it until now. How about that? Right? He just branched out right now. This one, maybe his branch comes over his little front. Got one right there. That's right. And we're going to work on the little feetsy part in a minute. Now, we need to go in Add a little highlight. Add a little highlight. And that little bit of highlight, what we're going to do, we're going to take a little yellow, not yellow, we're going to take a little white. Okay, take a little white, that right there. A little bit of that red. This painting's going to start looking really familiar to you guys if you're really familiar with the Bob Ross series. And, like I said, I'm not trying to duplicate his completely. So, I have two red tones actually blended right here together, which makes the tone that he actually had. And this is what just highlight. And I'm right-handed, just like him. Just that little indication. Just that little indication right here on the tree. Just a little indication right here on the tree. See that? Just that little indication. You can just bring that right out. That's the tree trunk. You see that? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Just a little indication. You expanded out that tree trunk because these aren't little guys in the forest. These are big fellas. These are big fellas in the forest. Except for their little cousin Joe over here. He needed to eat a little more. Need a little more sunshine on him. But give you little indications right here. See that now? Isn't that nice? That is nice so far, isn't it? I almost cut the wrong tree here. Get your little indications going right along in here. And we got this one. And we'll do the other side. The other side. You see that now? Isn't that nice? So we can just bring that out. That's its feet. Don't forget these guys have feet. They're rooted like we are. We are rooted. They are rooted like we are. Trees are people too. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some more of that white right here. And we're going to take a little bit of blue. That's right. Take a little bit of blue and the white. Just roll that onto the brush. Roll that onto the brush. Come right onto the other side now. I know you're thinking like that's what you do with the mountains. That's what I thought at first. And then it made sense. It made perfect sense. It made perfect sense. It made perfect sense after a while. So you want to just make your little indications of the shadow on the other side of the tree. That's all you want to do. Just a little indication. Other side of the tree. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Little indications on the other side of the tree. What do you think of that so far, Harry? What do you think? Think Bob Ross would be proud of that? Do you think he still lives in my brain? He teases me, so it's kind of funny. I laugh about it. I laugh about it. Like I said, you see how you have your light source in the back. Looks like aliens. It looks like aliens. Well, maybe they're that light source in the back. Did you think about that? Maybe that's what that light source is in the back. That's a good one. That's a good one. That I can laugh about that. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of the white. Now I'm laughing. Okay, and love that with that sap green and the yellow ochre. I'm gonna take a little more yellow ochre on there. Okay. Now I'm really starting to laugh. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. That is. Oh, we had 2 viewers for a moment. Oh my gosh, I hope the second viewer comes back. Come back, second viewer. You are so welcome to watch. We had a second viewer. Please come back. Did you share on
Facebook?
Oh, okay. So I hope the second viewer comes back. Now I'm going to add in their little feet. This is what I'm going to do here. I'm adding in their little feet. I was just talking to my monitor. We like to joke around sometime, but I was just talking to my monitor. Now I'm going to leave some of this dark in there because you know what, that really brings out a painting, is to leave some of that dark texture. And when you're working with yellow, it sometimes makes that natural green with the blue. As you can see, it will make a natural green with the blue. And in a little while, I'll actually add that red tone in. Now you see, like what I said, leaving some of that tone, just leaving some of that dark tone. And you see how that actually helps pull the painting. You see that texture into the painting. That actually helps. That actually helps give an excellent color into the painting. It gives texture into your painting. Like I said, I don't like to duplicate necessarily other people's work. I like to be original. And I know he had puddles. He had one here, he had one here, and then he had a big thing of water here. Now, one I did earlier, I could have done the little puddles, but I chose not to. Now, I will put water down here, maybe. But I am putting in some texture here, and I'm going to add some more green into that, which you are about to see. I'm going to add in some more green. And I will be adding some red tone into this. Hoping maybe I get some more viewers. This would be so nice because, you know, I'm trying to do this for hurricane disaster relief. And it is such a good cause. It really is right now. It is such a good cause. And there are so many scammers out there, and I am not one of them. I'm definitely not one of them. There's a reason why I set up a P.O. box. I set up a P.O. box so people can contact me that way. And I'm going to go ahead and like add a little extra green. I'm going to add a darker green in. And that didn't work out right. Maybe that was a happy accident. Maybe we have something weird living over there. You never know. Maybe we just created something weird that became a happy accident. Clean up that brush and pick that up. pick that up. Pick that up, and there we go. See? Clean up your brush, pick it back up, and go back into it. You see what I mean? Put that down. Go back into it. Go back into it. See? You just made a little happy accident. Little happy accident with that green. See what I mean? Right there. Just made a little happy accident with that green. My monitor is like, okay, Bob Ross is really living in your brain. Little happy accidents happen. Yeah, little red lives in there. Maybe this is somewhere like, I don't know, little forest area. A little red in there. Brighten that up. Brighten that up. Never know. I added some red into the other painting earlier today. Kind of perked it up a little. Did I kind of perked it up a little. I don't know what you guys think of this so far, but I'm actually proud of this painting. I wish I had my other viewer back. Tell me what they think. Maybe my other viewer would have liked this so far. Have a little red in there. Maybe you have some little flowers back in here. I like those little red wildflowers out in the forest. Maybe that's what these are, huh? I've seen like some little wildflowers today while I was out on the water. Maybe you have little red wildflowers kind of scattered along. What do you think about that? You know what? I think that kind of perks us up a little. It perks us up a little. You got a little red wild flowers kind of here and there, popping up all over the place, kind of perking us up a little bit. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Maybe this was the spot where people used to just come along with their truck or something, you know, a little path right here where people used to come along with the truck or something and used to just hang out right there, you know? Maybe that's what that was. Maybe that's what that happy accident was. A little road right there, a little dirt road. And then all of a sudden, they haven't been around in a while, and the green took it back. That's what that was. That's what that was. That's what that was. You haven't been around in a while, so the dirt took it back. Dirt and the green took it back. That's what that is. You haven't been around for a little while, so it took it back. Hey, wait, I know who told me that earlier. My monitor's cousin. He said the smaller painting reminded him of a place he used to go. I think it was hunting. Yeah, hunting. Okay, I'm going to clean up this brush. Move my water. I need to move my feet. Of a place he used to go hunting. Maybe I was reading his mind. Now, as you see, this is actually a quicker painting than what I did yesterday. And I'm really hoping you guys are enjoying this today. Like I said, I am not actually wanting to fully copy Mr. Bob Ross's art. It's just similar to his artwork. He was a magnificent artist, just a wonderful, magnificent artist. I really enjoyed his work. Now I'm just going to take this in 2 hairs and a scare, my friends. 2 hairs and a scare across the canvas. 2 hairs and a scare, just to soften that out. Just to soften it out. You know what? Just to soften. You know what? Sometimes you just need to give it a lift. Give it a facelift. Just, I'm not trying to lift up the flowers per se, which you can if you want. Which you can if you want, but not necessarily trying to lift the flowers. Just the greens and the yellows. Just the greens and the yellows. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's nice. Now I'm going to put in that water right here. And dry up my brush. Keep that dry brush dry. I'm really enjoying this, and I hope you guys are enjoying this with me. I'm going to pick up that white and that blue. I'm going to pick it up with the bigger brush. Really, am I going to pick that up with this bigger brush? And I'm going to mix that off right over here. That way I don't accidentally pick up that red. Pick up that blue. Pick that up right over here. Mix that up. More white. Got plenty of white paint left. I can always go pick up a little more if I need to in the store. Pick that up. Kind of just wiggle your brush on in there. Just wiggle that brush on in there. Just that kind of makes a sharp point with your brush. And I know you're like, why didn't you get your brush wet? Well, we're just going to take this. We're just going to take this ink out. Take your ink out. Because I wanted this a little thicker. I really did. I wanted this a little thicker. A little bit thicker. Take your brush. Turn it over and pull down. Pull down. I did this time. I actually wanted the paint a little bit thicker. If I wanted it thinner, I would have gotten the brush wet. This time I actually wanted it a little bit thicker for a reason. And I can actually pick this up. You guys can actually see that a little. You know, like how I'm doing that. And you guys can be amazed. I'm like, wow. Now, would I put a big tree right there? I am not going to test myself on that. You know, because you have all that beauty in the background. I may put a few rocks in right here. Maybe. But I may just put in some dirt. I may just put in some dirt. Just right along the edge. I may just do that because I have that burnt umber. I do. I have that burnt umber. Burnt umber is good for that. Burnt umber is excellent for mud mixing. Yes, it is. Burnt umber is good for mud mixing. Yeah. Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is. See? Leave a little dark in there. Leave a little bit of dark in there. Makes that water move. Makes that water move. Fix that a little on the back. Now you see how that's poking out right there. I'm going to fix that because that is not how I had this set. Literally, I had it set at the back wood piece of the canvas. So it's not poking the canvas itself. The way it's not, you know, like yesterday with the other canvas, I had to set it a certain way, and I was trying to get it to sit at that middle piece of wood so that we wouldn't have to deal with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a little bit of that white right here on this brush and just like kind of pick it up around here. A little bit of splashies of water. before I go across anything, and just do that. Now I could have done the same thing with the fan brush, but I have my filbert right here, and you know, you can use a fan brush with this as well. Because you know, I'm also going to do, like where the dark is, I am going to do a mud mix. That, and just pull the white down. Excuse me, my throat went a little thick on me there. And this actually gives you light indication. Like take that and just pull. Just pull. Pull it. That gives you light. Gives you light in your water. Just pull it. Pull it. And that gives you light in your water. If you get some of the other paint coming down in it, do not worry about it. That just gives you indications of shadow into your water. Do not worry about it. Do not ever worry about that, because we are in a few moments going to make some dirt. Gonna get dirty with dirt. Little dirt don't hurt. Trust me, I get paint on my hands and I don't care. Just don't care. I get dirt on my hands a lot. Or paint on my hands and I don't care. I do not care. So give yourself some like little indications of water just going across. You see that? Like I went to do something and that just skipped across without me even thinking about it. Just skipped right across, like la-di-da-da-da, skipped. And you can like do this as thick as you want, as thin as you want. It's your water. You play with it however you want. It's your water. It's your water. Moves however you want it to. Moves however you want it to. See? Your water moves however you want it to. Then you take this brush and 2 hairs and a scares. My friends, 2 hairs and a scare across. Now, why a little while ago you were actually able to see the very bottom of the canvas. I don't know, maybe I need to push this up. Maybe my device scooted weird. I don't know. You were actually able to, oh, there we go. Actually able to see the whole painting. Now, 2 hairs and a scare. Then I'll make some dirt right along the edge of that. 2 hairs and a scare across. And don't be afraid to go along here because you want to do that. 2 hairs and a scare. And dry your dry brush. And then this is where we're going to go into our mud mix. And don't be afraid to use your fan brush or your filbert. I'm actually going to go into my filbert. And I know I have some blue on there, and I don't mind having the blue on there because I actually want that there. And do I have enough black? I do. I do actually have enough black. Wow. Great. I actually want that. That makes this kind of off gray color, which I really want for what I'm looking for. I'm really not looking for much except for to make this kind of odd, kind of muddy. Like it's just, you have this odd mud, right? And it doesn't matter if it gets to a little bit of the water because it's just mud. You know, mud gets some water. Yes, it does. Mud gets some water. Yes, it does. Well, that's how you make mud. Dirt. water, mud. Maybe put a little rock right there. A little rock that lives right there. Just lives right there, right? Just lives right there. Got a little dirt on it. It's down and lives right there. He has a little friend who lives over here. You never know. You never know what lives in the woods. Wood lives in the woods. But you never know what else lives in the woods. Things live in the woods. Things live in the woods. And you know what? You come down right here because, you know, we'll separate like the look of that just like that because you can shadow that off just like that. And because it's at the water, pull down, give it a shadow. Just give it a little shadow. That's all you do. Pull down and give it an indication of a shadow. Just like his little friend over here. Pull down and give him an indication of a little shadow right here. Yep. Maybe that was a rock right there that accidentally formed. Yep. 3 rocks is chilling right there at the water. We didn't even know that was there until I did that. We did not know that these guys were just chilling at the water until I said, hey, what do we got right here at the water? And just give him just a little pull of a reflection right there in the water. Yeah. Just like that. Just like that. That's all that is to that. Ever. And then, well, you got your brush wet. Just go like that. Just go like that. We'll give them a little bit of highlight. That burnt sienna. That burnt sienna. A little highlight. That's all. A little highlight. Your rocks have a little bit of highlight. See? Rocks are not all the same color. Don't ever think your rocks have to be the same color. Rocks are not all the same color. They're all just chilling right here at the water together. They are not all the same color. No, they are not. Right there in the dirt. The dirt just goes up a little bit more. And a little more indication of white in there with my fan brush. And then we'll call this painting done, because I hope you guys have enjoyed today's painting. And even though my monitor has this live streaming on Facebook through his Facebook page, I hope you guys have enjoyed this today. I really have. And like I said, a little indication of water up here. These paintings are solely for helping people for disaster relief fund, for the Hurricane Disaster Relief Fund, I should say. All proceeds go to them. You do not pay for shipping. I pay for that for you. If I don't know you personally, you have to use my P.O. box, which will be linked. You have to tell me here in the comments below how much you're willing to give. Please be respectful in dollar amounts of how much you're going to give. I will not take a penny or a dollar, because even though this was just a quick painting of a Bob Ross style, you have to understand supplies are also not cheap. But I am about to get my black paint out here. Even though I put my time and my effort into this, into my YouTube channel. This one is actually my newer YouTube channel. I've actually had a YouTube channel for about 4 years. So please be respectful of that. Even though this is my newer YouTube channel, you guys get to actually watch me sign this. I always sign my middle initial first. And I don't sign in red, I sign in black. And whoever this goes to, I will write a personal message on the back of it for you, thanking you for helping hurricane disaster relief. Again, it will go to one that a fellow YouTube creator has chosen. It does not go to the states. It goes to the victims of disaster relief so that they can rebuild their lives. Yes, it goes directly to the people, not the states. Okay, now that we are totally done with this painting, I hope that you have enjoyed this. And if you like what I have done today, please put in a proper amount if you would like to purchase this painting. And hopefully I will see you putting in proper comments for this painting, for proper inquiries. And even on my Facebook, and I will also be posting to my Twitter, which if you can't find me there, it's actually Epiniasis or CG Davis, which is my surname for my paintings, which is CG Davis. And Epiniasis, you may not know the spelling of that, but it's with an EPH, not with an F. So that's a Celtic name, even though I am not Celtic, but it is a Celtic name. So I hope you enjoyed this today, and please, everybody, stay happy, healthy, positive, and as always, stay blessed. If you in the future would like to see me do more paintings like this, leave this in the comments below. I'm not going to try to end this like I would my normal YouTube videos, but hey, if you would like to subscribe, go ahead. That's up to you. I will absolutely leave that up to you, because my channel does get demonetized even though I teach artwork. But hey, I'll see all of you later. I love you, and stay blessed. Bye.